Yeah, so here I am on a lonely island in the middle of the void, and I'm gonna turn this into this in 100 days of Minecraft hardcore. Now let's take this all the way back to the beginning. So for the first part of this, I want to try to get a seed. Let me get a seed. Oh wow, I did not get one seed. Every island around me right now has every single Minecraft biome, structure, and monument. So I will be able to fight the Ender Dragon and hopefully not die, because if I die, there will be no more Skyblock. On day one, I thought it would be really important for me to extend out the island with dirt and then make a cobblestone farm so I could then extend the island out further in the future. For the first whole day, this was all I did, was just mine cobblestone. I wanted to take a break from mining for a second, so I planted my glowberry and sugarcane, and I just kept mining until I noticed. Finally got my first sapling from my tree, which brought my sanity back from wanting to jump off into the void to being ready for another 100 days. It was getting close to nighttime, so I thought it would be smart for me to close myself in a box, and then of course I went back to mining more cobblestone. And that was all I did for night one in preparation for day two, which was expanding the base. I have a lot of cobblestone now. I wanted to be one of those cool Skyblock Minecraft YouTubers that can make a circle around their Skyblock island, so I just kept going in a circle, making my circle, doing my circling thing. And then I'm not a geometryist, but that is not a circle at all. So I had to come back in the next day because it was nighttime and fix it. Then I got intimate with a creeper. After becoming best friends with the creeper and totally not killing it, I wanted to go back and fix my circle and break apart all the pieces that I messed up. And then I started extending out the island in 4 different ways so that it can make quadrants for its own individual part of the island. When I woke up in the morning, my whole base was surrounded by mobs, and I wanted to go around and pick up all the bones so I could make bone meal, so then I could go and make an infinite water source. I was getting intimate with a creeper again, and then he got excited and died. I've never actually done this before, but I just placed down the water like this and used the bone meal on the dirt below, and then it just created water blocks, so now I just have infinite water for my island.
Alright. Oh my god!
After almost dying for a second, I figured I should make a fishing rod so I could try to fish, because I have been starving for days.
I got a fish.
I wanted to go to the great beyond, which was just a dramatic way of saying I made my way to the closest island by me, and then I was just taking all of the dirt that it had to offer until it was just another piece of the void. But I did leave the tree there so I could come and get it later, and then I went back home because it was getting close to nighttime again. When I got back home, I found some saplings on the ground and I wanted to plant that real quick, and then I started to cook some logs so that I could make torches. I was very paranoid of planting dirt also because of the turkey vultures in the sky that might kill me. I did that so I could have a new area to plant my trees. Then I crafted my torches and I started placing those around the base so it can be pretty well lit for now instead of mobs just being everywhere. Throughout the rest of the night, I wanted to stock up on cobblestone so that I can make a mob farm, and then in the morning I wanted to move my cobblestone generator because I wanted it to have its new home. But I'm gonna need more wood because I do not want my whole entire circle to be made of cobblestone, because I just think it looks ugly. This is what I will call Pond Island, and I started fishing on Pond Island. I caught a pufferfish, and apparently pufferfish can almost kill you. And I didn't know that because I just do not fish that much, pretty much at all in Minecraft. So
Wow, do not eat that.
I sat in this box for the whole night. That's a traumatic event. And of course I caught another pufferfish in the morning. So much PTSD. Then I decided to chop some trees, and I wanted to fix up my island because it was looking pretty ugly everywhere. I was doing all this at half a heart, and when I noticed, I thought I should go and cook some fish, eat it up, and fish again. And then I'm glad I did, because phantoms were attacking me, and this was a segment called Panic, and I destroyed my safe area because I was trying to clean it up, and I sat in a box again. Then I had to make a break for it so I could get to the cobblestone farm because I did not want to waste a whole entire night being scared from phantoms. So I made my way, and when I finally did that, they were still able to hit me. So I closed myself in an ugly box again and kept mining cobblestone for the rest of the night. After those two back-to-back traumatic events, I just didn't know if I was going to be the same Minecraft player ever again, but I just kept pushing and fishing and trying to get my health back up because it was the only thing I could do. And the weather cleared up and everything was seeming like it was okay. For the rest of day 8, I started chopping trees and placing slabs around everywhere so I could try to get the foundation for my island going. And after I did that, I started to break apart my old home with my glowberries so I could go and take all of the dirt and start to make a sapling farm area. This helped a lot with my tree production so I could go around and place slabs around every single quadrant of the island. During the daytime, this was just a very long process of breaking down trees and then placing slabs. And at nighttime, I wanted to mine more cobblestone so I could start in the next days my mob farm because I really need that to get everything I want to get going on in this series. On day 10, before the sun was setting, I was able to get a good little start on my mob farm, and then at nighttime, of course, I started mining more cobblestone. And then in the next day, I was able to make some great progress where I could make each 4 drop shoot areas for the mobs to flow down and die. This took kind of a while, but I'm speeding it up a little bit. I'm placing trapdoors and trying to get every little area done. And then I had to mine more cobblestone at night because I really wanted to just get this finished. And I also had the urge to fix my little cobblestone area because it just looked so bad, and it still looks pretty bad. Like, these windows are not windows. But I did that, and then I started to finish up the rest of the mob farm in the morning, and it was finally coming close to being done. I had to go and get some water and bring it up and down the chutes, place them in their spots, and after that, the mob farm was ready. All that was left for me to do was go and break all of the torches, and then I could make my way back down and place my trapdoors, and it was time I could touch these mobs' toes. I don't really think they appreciated me touching their toes because they could still hit me just a little bit, but I just kept touching them toes. I'm the toe touching machine. But I did get a potato, so now this basically means I can eat myself because I'm a potato skin. Never mind. But yeah, that's gonna be our main food source for the rest of the series is myself. And I just kept cooking those, and now I have baked potatoes, and I'm still touching them toes because I just, you know, I'm a toe toucher. Yeah, but we did get pants from touching toes, which is pretty cool. I think that the mobs could see me because for some reason, or maybe a skeleton hit the creeper, I really don't know, but they blew up and I had to fix it a couple times, but it was never anything too serious, and I just kind of, it was just an easy fix. And I wanted to keep like grinding the mob farm so I could get more bones and leather armor. I'm a beast. And then I also traveled over to the jungle island because I wanted to get some cool saplings and also collect more dirt because I had a lack of dirt for my entire island so far. So I just went around and I broke apart all of the dirt just like I did the spruce island. And this is a little montage of me breaking down the tree boy. And I did leave a grass block for whenever I could get silk touch, just in case, you know, I wanted to make it easier on myself. I could always run over there and grab it. And when I came back to the island, I did break this apart because I do not want mobs. I also crafted a bed that night because I did get enough string to craft one, and I used that, went to sleep, sleepy boy, and then I woke up in the morning and I was crafting fences with my new jungle wood because I mined a whole jungle tree, and I placed those around for the next day, and I think it looks pretty nice, but the jungle wood is a little bit ugly. And for spoilers for the end, I'm not gonna keep jungle fences everywhere, but I'm still gonna use it just a little bit, but it kind of makes my island look caged. And yeah, from the starter chest I was given 10 blocks of obsidian, so I started placing down my nether portal, and I did a little dysfunctional way of lighting it, but it ended up working out, and now I have access to the nether. But before I went to the nether to go and make a gold farm, I had the masculine urge to kind of recreate my entire house and also fix up the island because, you know, I was just really sick and tired of coming onto my island and being like, wow, this place absolutely sucks. So I made this little cool door, and I was starting to make the outlines for my home, which actually looks pretty cool. I made a little tower on it, and it kind of set up the vibe for the rest of the island where it was going to be a little bit medieval, but not everywhere because it takes a lot of time and we only have 100 days. So we went inside, did a second floor, and kind of mapped out the interior. And then I also went back to my spruce tree that I never collected because I had a limited block palette. So I wanted to go there, get the sapling so I could come back and have new wood. And spruce wood, in my opinion, is the best wood in the game. So we planted those down and broke some trees, and we were getting back to business, boy. And we made some stairs, some slabs, and my house caught on fire. It literally caught on fire. I was freaking out, and I placed water in the water. It was not working. It was not working at all. So I just kind of hit the fire with my hands, because that's the best method to take out fires now. And this made me instantly move the cobblestone generator, and it was kind of also in the middle of my house, which is kind of why like it made sense to move it in the beginning. And I also didn't want to build my entire house just for it to burn down like several times, so it was a pretty good idea. And then I went back to outlining the rest of my home, which kind of took me a few days, and a lot of effort went into this. I was also placing leaves because I think leaves really like make that cool little effect, like the house is like kind of older. And I made the roof, and by the end of the night it was looking pretty good. It's been about 3 days so far, and I wanted to outline this little tower because I did build a tower, and without a cool roof it didn't really make sense. So that's what I got done, and I added some window details, and now my house was looking amazing. And I'm ready to finally go to the Nether because I need gold to get villagers and to get diamond armor. So I mined some more cobblestone, so I had enough to make my mob farm, and I headed into the Nether. And I was literally placing out my whole entire farm. I built this all in the wrong biome apparently, which is a very big mistake because I had to go and make another one all the way far from my Nether portal. But boom, here we go, we got it done. And now we just gotta shoot the piglins and collect the gold so I can have gold and make golden apples and all that good stuff. I was now touching zombie toes for golden apples, which was a cool change of pace. And when I got enough gold, I came back home and I made a golden apple so I could get prepared for my zombie villagers getting cured by the golden apples. So the next few steps was kind of like grinding the mob farm and getting ready for that. So after getting this apple, I went over there and I was just banging on these mobs' toes for about probably an entire night until I got one zombie villager, and I put him in a boat, which was kind of an easy process. He wasn't trying to kill me or nothing, but after I did that, I mined him down onto the floor below, and I kept searching and searching and searching until I finally found another villager and picked him out of the pack of mobs. He got stacked on top of the other villagers, and we got our witch now, which was totally not terrible because she didn't just she threw a poison potion at me immediately. And we put her behind the villagers, which took me about an entire hour of trying to farm. She literally poisoned me several times. This was kind of annoying, like over and over until I got so sick of this. And yeah, poison. Finally threw the weakness potion so I could just cure my little villagers. And I had to kill this woman because she just kept throwing stuff at me, and I was so annoyed. I had to back up. But now that she's dead, I finally have villagers coming to life, so I just kind of waited around, mined some wood, did some other extra things. And then when they were finally ready, they were already boated up, so I just got in the boat and I dragged them over here because while I was waiting, I made a little fenced-in area for them for now. And I took both of them to their new home. This is the new home. It's great. It's not a prison at all, so God, it's definitely a prison. I made them some beds because without beds, we can't have more babies. You know what I mean? So I did that. And I also wanted to kind of create a little sugarcane farm because I was going to need that for fireworks and books whenever I can get a leather worker and make the bookshelf. I don't know how to talk, but I could make bookshelves with all the leather and good stuff. My new plan was to make composter villagers and trade potatoes and carrots or whatever I can farm until I can get a bunch of emeralds so I can trade them up. And yeah, they did make a baby, which was cool. Amazing. I kept grinding the mob farm for bones, whatever, so I could have bone meal, so I could keep on my emerald production, boy, because that was the only way I could get emeralds was by farming. So I became a farmer, and I also got some iron so I could make a little table, which will be for my toolsmith, so I can get diamond tools at some point. And literally this is just a little montage of just mining carrots until I can go and trade so I can get a bunch of emeralds because I really wanted to upgrade my toolsmith and also unlock other job kind of blocks so I can make more villagers. So yeah, I traded until I just had so many things I really did not need, so I put them away in the chest, and they're gonna stay there for the rest of the series and never move. But here I am, just planting more and more and more carrots until I was satisfied enough with my emeralds. And this was literally over the course of like 10 days. We're on day 37 at this point, so we literally did this villager trading for about 10 days because this went on until about day 43. But this is just me kind of upgrading my area and giving them more beds and feeding them so they can make more babies, so I have more people to trade with. Yes, love it. Eat the carrots. And there's a baby! Another baby. Yeah, I know what you guys did. I know what you did. I know how we got here. After I did that, I started building again because I'm just a builder and it kind of gets boring when all you're doing is trading with villagers. So I made this little circle area, which was going to be where my top tier villagers will be, where I'm gonna have like my best books and all that. And I also found a cat on my island, so I fished, and on the first try, the cat became my friend. We're gonna name the cat Cat. Yeah, the cat's name is Cat. That's cool. Yeah, and Iron Golem started to farm, and he was kind of dying by himself. Got stuck in the wall, I guess. But I did upgrade my villagers to the point where I had diamond tools, and I had a diamond axe, which was awesome. And I kind of tested this Iron Golem, and he hit me. I gotta go. Gotta go. I'm not gonna do nothing. Yeah, I killed him. Yep. I'm Kong. I'm king of this island. I unlocked the different job blocks for my villagers over time, and it was just kind of over and over repeating the process of planting my crops and then trading with villagers, getting them all upgraded and ready for me to get all of my diamond tools. And I kept fighting iron golems, and they're a little bit scary because I don't have good armor right now, but yep, he's dead. I gotta keep letting them know, you know? Like, they can't just come and test me all the time and look so strong. But I woke the villagers up in the middle of the night because I was finally able to trade for my first pieces of diamond armor where I could get my leggings and my boots, which wasn't a full set, but it was a pretty good step up for now, and I'm looking sweet, man. But yeah, I kept repeating my capitalism steps of planting my crops and then selling them to the farmers over and over and over every single day. By now it is day 43, and I can gladly say that I have full diamond armor access. So I kind of just kept farming until I had every single emerald and ready for my diamond helmet so I can be a diamond boy. And this feels pretty awesome. If you guys noticed, I did get a cauldron, which meant I had a leather worker, so I was able to make lecterns so I could start trading with the nerd villagers, and went back to my villager island and I started making the outline because now I can finally put something to use over here where I can have all my villagers in their own area, where I will be re-rolling all of those blocks until I get every single book that I would love to have for my Ender Dragon fight and for the rest of my life on this island. So, but I had to take the villagers to their new jail, and this jail is cooler but less social and less friendly, but it's literally what I have to do. Like, I have to have them in their own little jail cell, or else, you know, I can't really find them all the time. But yeah, I put them in there and I put beds down so they can breed, and I gave them carrots and broke this dude out his boat. Yeah, boy, now breed, boy. But yep, when I came back, there was a baby villager. Yeah, they're nasty. I don't know. And I kept testing iron golems, and I was at 4 hearts, and I had to run inside, and I was hiding for a second, and he hit me through the door to half a heart. I almost lost this world, but I ended up healing up, and I found him. He's a creeper, and I killed him. It's very, very traumatic, I would say. Now it's re-rolling time, my favorite thing to do, and I re-rolled all my villagers until I had every single book I wanted, and this one is mending, which is the most useful for keeping my tools alive. And I also moved my toolsmith to this place so I could have access to him easily without having to search through, like, I don't know, like 15 villagers over there in my little villager breeding hut. But yeah, so I had sharpness, I had unbreaking, protection 4, all that good stuff. And then I started building again because my next little project was going to be making a medieval tower. I know my house kind of looks a little bit medieval, maybe not totally, but we're making this little circle island area because I want this to be thumbnail worthy, so you guys can click on the video and hopefully enjoy and watch it. But yeah, we started with a little outline with some spruce logs, which it's kind of small, but the only purpose is for kind of decoration. I mean, for the rest of this whole series, I don't think I use this tower for anything at all, but the end result of it looks pretty cool, and it honestly adds some cool character to this base island. But yeah, I even added a little tower. I did some fine detailing for a little bit, and this is the final result. Yeah, boy. My next step was also, I did make a circle for my cobblestone farm because before it was kind of a circle, but yeah, I added some stone as well and smelted it. I didn't really record that part. My bad. This is my first real video, but the next project was moving my mob farm because my mob farm is in the literal center of my island, and that's kind of ridiculous. So I did this for, I think, an hour and a half, which is about 4 Minecraft days, and I completely broke this thing down, and I repurposed all of the blocks I got from breaking it down into obviously rebuilding the other one. So this is a breaking down montage. Yeah, breakdown. Woo. This was pretty fast, pretty quick. It was annoying, but the work that I put into this was really worth it to me because honestly, I didn't want to have this ugliness going on anymore. The end result is pretty nice, and now I can actually say, you know, I like how my island looks without that being in the center, and here it is, and it works. So yeah, that's my island. That's what it's looking like. And I also wanted to make a little like archway chest kind of an area right in front of it because I thought it would look kind of cool. So I'm building out this little log thing with vultures, dead vultures. Yeah, so we're using spruce wood as the main base of building with some cobblestone to maintain my medievalness, adding some cool little windows. Yep, boy, boom. And on the other side, we looking good with some chests, I would say so. And we went back to the nether because I wanted to get more gold so I could have some golden apples because we are going to fight the ender dragon. Yeah, no more procrastinated building, I swear. Actually, I don't swear. I might build some more. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually going to get prepared by making my golden apples. I only have a little bit of golden apples, but hopefully it should be enough just in case I need it. And yep, die, boss. I'm gonna say goodbye to my cat because we might not come back and we might spectate the world forever. But yeah, I'm gonna take some buckets of water because I want to make an infinite water source in the end so I can place water around while I fight. But usually when you spawn into these worlds, they have the end in the nether, but my map did not. So before I started this challenge, I put the end portal on this island over there. Hopefully that's okay with you guys. But yeah, we made our way to that island, and we saw a ghast on the way, and I literally killed this dude with my first arrow. That is not a joke at all. Totally not lying about that. The doll didn't miss like 6 or 7 or 8 times. But yeah, we made our way to the island, and we were ready to go to the end and fight the ender dragon. I just wanted an elytra, man. Here we go. No looking back now, boys. We are gonna go fight this dragon. So I kind of made a little bit of a staircase for some odd reason. I mean, it's not exactly necessary at all, but I went ahead and started off first by making my infinite water source and placing those around, and a enderman just kind of like instantly got mad about it, so I had to kill him. That was pretty easy. Got a quick little ender pearl, and I just kept placing my water buckets around. So here is the end montage, man. So here's me breaking all these towers, climbing up with water, doing some sketchy little things, and yeah, it's pretty questionable methods, but it works. When the dragon perched, I started off by just attacking him, and he hit me, and I shot him back like that. Oh, I missed. Oh, yep. But here's a little montage of the fight, because I know you guys have probably seen people fight ender dragons like 1,000 times before. Got him down on his second perch to a pretty good low health, and I was able to pick him off with my bow and arrow for the rest of the fight, which was sweet. Kind of looked cool, not gonna lie. And here we go. We killed the ender dragon, man. We beat the game in Skyblock. I got so much experience from this. Super sweet. But the next thing I wanted to do was grab his little egg, because that's one of the main things I honestly wanted from this. So now we got a dragon egg, and we can make something cool with that. So now the next step is to go to the other realm, the realm inside of the realm, and we're going there so we can get our elytra and also get some pretty cool loot, because we don't have that much cool loot right now. But when I spawned in, I did find an end city with a ship pretty quickly. It didn't take too long, but 5 endermen attacked me as soon as I literally came in, and I placed on water immediately and just kind of killed them all because I had to. It's ridiculous. Honestly, after that, I was a little bit stressed out, but I went over to my little end city and started playing with shulkers, you know, losing gravity and all that good stuff. But I wanted to get one of them for sure while I was here, because I wanted to have a shulker box so I could, you know, take more things back home with me and I wouldn't have to come back. And, you know, this is pretty annoying, and I'm really glad I have a shield, because if I didn't have a shield, I probably would have died, because they do so much damage for no reason, even with protection 4. And I made my way over to the end ship for the main reason we are here, which is the elytra, and I kept getting hit by the shulkers and making me levitate, and I used an ender pearl to get over to the ship, but I was still floating in the air, and I went over the ship's pillar so I wouldn't die, because I do not have feather falling boots yet. But when I finally landed, I went inside the ship, carved my way down, and I fought this dude, killed him pretty quick. He was trying to kill me, but I won. And now I'm gonna loot these chests. We got our first actual diamonds from this, and we got a saddle and some cool little chest plates and gold. And now we have an elytra. We can fly and put these fireworks to use and get around the world so easy. This feels so nice. And we went over to the second end city because I wanted to loot just a little bit more while I was here, kill some shulkers and get my shulker box, which had some pretty decent loot. Got some gold and more diamonds, and we took that second elytra just in case. I mean, you never know, I might accidentally break one day. But yeah, I just went around and killed some more shulkers and almost died with the fireworks. Yeah, made the shulker box because I wanted to have more room until I went all the way back home. But I did get a little bit of diamonds, some pretty cool loot, and yep, made it up here. Loaded these chests up, boy, and I think that is pretty good. It's not bad, but yeah, we also wanted to take the dragon head because I wanted to have that for one of the islands I'm gonna make back at home, so it can go next to the dragon egg, and I think it would look pretty cool. So now let's go. Oh my god, and go find our portal back home, because I am ready to take all of this pretty cool loot and bring it home. I was able to mine a pretty good amount of endstone and some of the buildings as well while I was here, so I could also add that to the little island I'm going to be making. But I'm ready to go back home into this little portal, and here we are. Let's go back home. We did pretty good. I'm very proud of what we were able to do here. Look at us now. We've come such a long way so far. This has been crazy, man. It feels so nice to be able to fly around and look at my base like this without using the replay mod. Yeah, looking over some of the stuff we got, we did get a good amount of things. I'm really liking this little setup we got, but the next things I want to actually do before I do anything too serious is, now that I can fly, I'm actually able to go to all of the islands around me a lot easier without having to build out like hundreds and hundreds of slabs of blocks to get there. So what I want to do is fly around and find some dirts and some saplings from other trees. We kind of took whatever we could find from all these islands, and I brought the dirt back home and I placed it around my farm area because I wanted to extend out a kind of like a decent little bit of a farm, because now I have seeds from the islands I was able to loot. So I'm going to turn that into a wheat farm. And then over by my base, if you guys remember or notice, there was a huge nether kind of a thing, so I looted that, and I'm going to be breaking that down because it kind of looks bad being there. But now let's start the build of our enchantment area that we can't even use. Don't have lapis. I'm still gonna do it because I think it'll look cool, and maybe one day we'll find out how to get lapis. I really have no clue how to do it. If you guys know, please leave a comment down there. But yeah, I think it will still look cool. Just having more little circles around the island will make it more thumbnail worthy. Oh my god, a piglin's here. That's crazy. Bye-bye. Alright, that was interesting. Yep, we're placing that in the middle. And yeah, let's start with the bookshelves around, because we did get some bookshelves from trading with villagers. And we are gonna make this out of stone brick, I think, because I just think that will look the best, and add a cobblestone roof to that. Yeah, that is looking pretty good. I'm actually liking that. I think it'll look even better when I add some leaves, so let's do the phantoms. Wow, that's so annoying. Like, the most annoying mob in the game. Yeah, just die. Okay, so yeah, adding leaves over here as well. And if you guys didn't know, I did kind of move the villagers over there, but now I want to explore again, get some more saplings, get some birch. Nice. And I also grabbed the dirt from that island as well. And now I'm heading over to get some cherry saplings, because I think adding some color to my island would be really nice, as well as taking the dirt here as well, and then going back and then getting a dark oak sapling. I didn't use all of these saplings, but I do have them available now in all of my chests, so that'll be nice. And I did take the dirt there, taking dirt everywhere honestly, and then putting it over here because, again, I want to make my farm as big as it possibly can be, so it can actually have like that yellow kind of this going on with the wheat. And then I added some like lanterns around, like kind of like street lights around my island, which really looked nice when it was all done. And I also was making little flower areas kind of around the island, and using bone meal to get like kind of a variation of flowers around, and I used trapdoors around that, so it looked a lot nicer, and it really added some character to the rest of the island. So when all of that was said and done, honestly, the island was looking sweet. And I used my diamond hoe because I did not put my hoe to use at all the entire time. But yep, we're gonna start farming up some wheat. And now that I did that, I really want to use those cherry saplings and put those to use. So I gotta find... I don't know if I'm gonna need anything else, but we got grass blocks, the saplings. Yep, that's good. So I'm gonna place some dirt here, put this down, and wow, that looks so bad. I'm gonna break this apart and try again, because no, just no way. That looked lopsided so bad. But I played with this for a pretty good amount of time until I was wow, it finally came. But I did this for a good amount of time until I was satisfied with everything I had, and I played with a couple different saplings and broke the leaves down, and also kind of like customized it a little bit myself too, just to add like a little bit more of leaves kind of falling down from the tree, and the flowers coming from it looked really nice. And I really loved how everything was starting to turn out with my enchantment table, and now my little cherry sapling stuff going on. And yeah, so now it is time to go exploring. I haven't really done much exploring outside of like all of the main things I wanted to get done, but I found an ancient city floating in the sky, which was pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But I wanted to go loot a couple chests, and on the first chest that I opened, I found a bunch of god apples, enchanted golden apples, and I stole those, and the darkness came, so I flew away quickly up into the sky until my darkness went away. And I came back trying to kind of search as much as I can of this city without, you know, risk dying. And I found a name tag, some other cool things as well. Some of the loot was just disappointing, but it was pretty cool that I got a name tag, so I'm gonna go back home and put that to use. I was being a little bit sketchy about my searching around here, but nothing really bad happened, and I got a little bit out of it. Oh my god, a warden spawned. I'm out. I'm getting out of here. That's it. Yep. But we had fun for the entire day doing that, and I headed all the way back home. This was about 4,000 blocks from my island, but when I finally came home, I got a little exploration achievement because I explored everything ever. And I saw a sheep, and when I found the sheep, I was like, oh, I gotta do something. So I found my anvil, and I Jeb underscored that boy because I wanted a rainbow sheep. I'm pretty sure he spawned because of the grass blocks, and once I got that, I broke my anvil. That's great. But I ran over to the sheep, and boom, we got a rainbow sheep now, man. That's pretty cool. That's honestly one of the coolest things, even though it's like pretty easy to do. Yeah, his name's Jeb, obviously now, but yeah, that was sweet. I had to go back to the end because I really didn't have enough endstone. I only had about like a stack and a half, I believe, and I got some coarse fruit, boom, and I mined a little bit more of some of the towers just to make sure I had enough for what I was doing, and we made our way back home after that. So the next whole entire thingies I want to get done is just build out these islands before the end of this whole entire video movie. So yeah, we just collected all of our blocks, and we also went to the nether because we could fly around now to each of the different biomes, and I collected some wart blocks and some of these glowy glow things, and broke apart trees with my silk touch pickaxe. Pretty unnecessary, but I did that, and also got this other wart tree. Oh my god. And when I went back on it, there was this hog boy just kind of sitting there, so I had to kind of take care of him, and he hit me. It's annoying, but killed that boy. And I collected everything else, all of that netherrack, and there's a sheep now, but I'm going back home. I think we did make out pretty good with all of the collecting we got done, so the next steps that I wanted to get done was just place down these wart blocks and use bone meal so I can collect these mushrooms and make as many trees as I want to on the island. And I kind of overdid it a little bit, but I did it with the bluey and the red blocks so I could get all of them shrooms, but it was a little bit unnecessary, but I got that done. And the first island I am going to be making is the end island. So we kind of made this circular thing here and placed down all of the endstone as the first layer and a little bit of a second layer on top, which is where my little monument thing is going to be at, and a little bit of coarse fruit so that can all grow up, and some endstone, which was very nice. And I started building out the nether island after that so I can kind of have a little bit of variation on each side. We placed another circle thing, and I went back to my little nether thing in my world, and this is where I broke it all apart because I was actually going to have some use for those blocks, and there was a lot of mobs. I basically made a mob farm when I was doing this, but by breaking all the pieces and going back, it was okay, and the island was now gone, which gave me all of the pieces I need. And I grew some trees and some blue trees, and I mined those just a little bit to give them a nice little look, and now both of my islands are fully made and they look really nice. I'm happy with how they came out. But the next step was to actually build my end dragon monument where I can store my dragon egg and dragon head. So I did a little bit of building, and it took me just a little planning going on. But I think it does end up looking pretty cool. It's nothing huge, nothing like extravagant, but wow, I'd placed the egg in the wrong spot. That's great. Gotta torch that boy. There we go. And here is the montage of the build. It's like a little hut, honestly, but with the size of the island, I think it fits pretty good. And at the end of the day, it looks cool with the dragon head and everything. And I'm loving this, man. My island has come such a long way, and I'm so glad with how it's coming out. I also went around, placed some little trees that will stay there and not get chopped. But yeah, now it's time to say kind of goodbye and break apart this little stuff because I don't want it there for the thumbnail, honestly, on the last day. So yeah, there was a fox, but I tried to teleport him with fruit, didn't work, so he ended up falling off all on his own. It wasn't me at all, but yeah, I broke apart all of these things on both sides, and here is the final result after 100 days of Minecraft Skyblock hardcore. And I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. It took a really long time to make, and here is a little tour of the island before we all say goodbye. And that was it, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this, and let me know in the comments what I should do next. I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll see you all in my next video.